when you turn out wrong, she may be disappointed. She has some interest. Her interest is you will turn out good, you'll be a good girl, you'll be married to a good man, she will get good grandchildren. So if you end up like that, oh, the mother's love can be heavenly. But if you end up otherwise, are we together? So any other question?
Maybe here is the brother who is genuine, and also the sister is genuine, and now they have got into a relationship, and they have gone further, maybe up to engagement. But when they were starting the relationship, maybe they did not disclose their ages. Maybe someone is maybe 20, one is 25. But when the time now they are disclosing, they have gone too far. And now maybe brother is telling the sister you are too young, or the sister is telling the brother you are too old. What about that?
I think it's lack of attention. You don't pay attention. I think when you are in love, please wake up. You guys wake up. I think I should tell you to wake up. Why you don't pay attention? When you are relating with some of the things people say is when they were in school. Mimi nilifanya kabla ya matiani. Sisi ni wale wa KCSE ya matiani. So when somebody says mimi ni wa KCSE ya matiani, you begin to put her somewhere. You cannot wait until you engage me. Unauliza mtu how. I think I think that one you actually need to be whipped. Because
very true. Yeah.
When you relate with, they talk, they meet people, they say, I was with this person in school. And this person maybe is finishing his final year. Maybe the person didn't go to the university, but the person they were with in class 6 together is in 4th year in the university. So I don't know how you people do things, but I don't think you can get up to the point of engagement that you have no idea how old this person is, or approximately.
But I also think, especially for a man, men should not be so preoccupied with, oh, the girl is too young. Let me tell you, nature is such that it empowers a girl to reach a certain point depending on the condition of whether she is a mother. When she is single, she will exhibit all those childish things and so on. Although I understand millennials are having issues settling down. But I think the worst is what he said at the beginning. Know who is trying to father who, mother who, what is in the relationship. Because, and as I said, it is more dangerous when the man is dependent.
It's being murdered.
That one, any man who is murdered, he has the natural mother and now has brought another one to help the natural mother. That's why when you differ, you just say, I'm going back to my mother. And the guy he packs his bags and goes to my mother. And he never there. Yeah, it is happening every day. And that's why even as you work with him, before you even say yes, let alone going to the engagement, try and also learn to investigate. You will somehow find a relative of his somehow and get to know how does this man relate with his own mother.
Yeah.
If it's the type that mommy says calls and the guy just wakes up at midnight and is there, can't tell the mother no because of a certain issue, be careful. Very, very careful.
Don't want to grow up. Now, the other thing maybe because we don't have time. Hii maneno ya kufanya vitu chini ya maji, ati mimi nitawashtua tu. Yani tu Sunday December 24th wewe. Don't do it. Please let people know who your friend is. Let people know whom you are moving with. Because when you are, there's what we call a blind part of us. Are we together? You get into a situation and you become blind. But other people who have no interest in that guy, they will see him. Yeah, the brothers who go to Nyamachoma with him, they know wakilete nini kwa anagawa nusu. Although they are 10 brothers, he takes half. So people know, so they'll sister, and even the brother will tell you, or the pastor, sister, no, if I were you, I would pray more. No, he's not telling you not to go with that guy, but he's telling you something. So please, if there is anything we can do, is to be open.
But I think most of the time someone keeps it chini ya maji, it's because maybe you realize, if I go out with this brother, I want to first try and understand who he is, and maybe I can choose to inquire from a few brothers or a few people who I know knows that person. If I feel whoever he is, we can't get along, I pull out. Reason being, if it is everywhere, so and so already knows this sister dates this brother, so already hauna market. Kutoka hapo, you won't be vibed with anyone else.
Oh, the thing is, I understand what you are saying, but the thing of it is, first of all, because you cannot just narrow down on William. Are we together? It should first of all begin as open friendship, open. Everybody knows, of course, and I think we believe as also we should be a bit open-minded. That sister akianza kwenda na William, ati sasa tumesema hao wawili sasa tumewaweka kama tutoke na pesetas. No, we should be a bit open-minded. You know, it is, but by the way, sister, it is better if you come to know who he is and you let him go, than continuing and saying, oh, perhaps he will change. If you are relating with him now, you are not even his wife already, and is that way, what if when now amekuweka pete?
I think also what she is also driving is sometimes she could be moving with a certain brother and has even let somebody like you as a confidant, somebody she knows you don't have any interest other than the good for her own good. But when she relates with let's say my friend there, James, and James anajua wako na vile ulisema na William, and already James alikuwa na intentions pia, lakini akachelewa kufika maybe before she moved. So James anaanzia story ingine huko, and therefore by the time it surfaces, she is left alone. Because, and by the way, men should be ashamed of themselves. Why have men become rumor mongers? You know, a man comes to you, tells you about a girl you are moving out with, and you believe. Why can't you do investigations? Why are you so blind to know that he is also a man like you?
And by the way, what I mean by that, Peter, is not to go asking people.
Yes. What do you think about
no, don't do that again. No. It's when your relationship is open. Are we together? When you interact with people, you will even hear people speak about, I mean, just in the generally, not coming to tell you, no, unatembea na huyo brother watch, akona na pembe ingine huku anaficha. Si unamwona na tai kila hiyo tai imeficha pembe hapa, not that way. And if a brother comes that way, mwambie hata to grow up even him. Are we together? The thing of it is when when we do things in the open, it helps us. It helps us, even the person whom you are relating with. If he's a person of integrity, he will not fear. Are we together? But if kama kuna mnamkia ameficha, atataka hiyo mambo ya chini ya maji. Because he does not want, he has a character which he knows people know, so he doesn't want that to come out.
And majority of you, since you are living with your parents around, and your parents are informed. Na tulikosea hata sisi somehow. We made our own mistakes and we continue making mistakes even as we bring you up. You know, before anything, wacha mzee tu in the background ajue kuna kijana ako huko anatembea. The mzee will do, you know, your daddies must be loving. Those of you with your fathers, you know your daddies will kill, will murder somebody. So wacha ajue naye msichana no kijana, kama you are in doubt of anything, hata without much overdue, wacha invite about 3-4 brothers wakuje tu kwa boma yenu when your mother is there. Hata mama hajui, lakini mothers have another 60 cents. Watajua kati ya hao wadugu wote kuna mmoja ambaye hataki kunilenga macho. Huyo must be interested in other things. So mtakaa after 2-3 visits atasema, lakini yule ndugu alikuwa anaonekana hivi. Exactly ni wanani? So don't as I said, hiyo chini ya maji, you know you may actually suffocate under the water na utatolewa ukiwa mfu. You have killed your future completely with a man who will just walk away. And you know with us men, itakuacha and I will come the other Sunday and organize for a holy matrimony. Na wewe umeachwa, lakini wewe ndiye ulifanya ujinga pia. Sorry to use that word, to expose yourself. Don't do it. Let those people that the pastor has appointed that can work with the youth. Mtu ambaye unajua, he has no personal interest other than your well-being. Let me tell you, we want everybody in church to succeed. It breaks our hearts kuona watoto wetu wameoa juzi, hata hawajamaliza miezi miwili wameachana. And sisi tumekaa ngumu kwa miaka kadhaa. So let's hiyo chini ya maji hapana.
Yeah, it's good.
No, it's very dangerous. Very dangerous. And men will always take advantage. Siku hizi pia kuna wanawake who take advantage of the men. Wanaweka chini ya maji mpaka by the time the guy says mutindu.
And the prophet has taught us a good thing. He has mentioned it. Is to know the parents. If you have a brother whom you see, because you have not decided, go home. And even you brother, go to the sister's place and see the way they relate, the way the people in her place treat her, because they will treat her kulingana na tabia yake. So by just going there, you will have learned so much about that sister. The way they call her, the way she treats the other, if she has younger siblings, because you know at home is very hard to pretend ukiwa kwenu. Are we together? So don't commit to anyone until you know who they are, where they come from. Hata kama ni Turkana si mbali. Find a way, find an excuse, find out if there is a church in Lodwar. And then just say, sister, twende tuone hii Lodwar inakuanga wapi. Just find an excuse to go there. It is better to invest, to spend that way in trying to know somebody than assuming and then later you regret. So go to their church, ask him, where is your church? Kivaoni, where is Kivaoni? Is somewhere huko. Some brother will say huko nimba hata kwenda huko, but go there, go to their church, to their home church. Those who been raised in Nairobi, go to their place, go to their families.
Okay, niko na swali. Tuseme for example, my parents they are not believers.
Sorry.
Na nipate brother wanaweza kuwa ni believers but wanaishi ushago. Na mimi wanaishi ushago. So tumekutana Nairobi kazi na tumejuana na wewe ni wale nilisikia kuna sandi nyingine unasikia brother fulani amepea huyo bond na sister ni yako kwa madhabahu peke yake, brother hayuko. So hamjui ni brother gani. So amekuja akaniengage. Unajua hata nionyeshe kuna kitu alifanya, nionyesha side A yake, side B ataficha. So itafika wakati nikitaka kwenda kwao, wazazi hawajui kama kuna kitu alifanya.
Na hapa Nairobi si atajulikana. Ndio sababu unafaa utembee na wao wakiwa in the open. Si kama ni wa Nairobi atajulikana Nairobi unless najua kuna watu wako Nairobi na hawako Nairobi. Those ones are there. But the point we are making is this. Please know the people. Umjue so that when you are making your decision, it is based on knowledge. Do everything you can, and if it's resisting, unataka kujua kwao na anakuambia vile ni mbali, vile hakuna matatu zinaenda huko sijui nini. He is always giving, you try to know him, to know where he comes from, anaweka roadblock. Achana na huyo. Please.
You see, like, there was a case in the newspaper just the other day. A lady kept on asking this man, twende kwenu, nikajiweka. They already had 2 or 3 children. When she became too persistent, the man killed the lady and the baby. So what we are saying is, whether the parents are believers or unbelievers, they are parents. And if you are man enough, it does not matter who. Even if they keep a guard there with a gun to say, yule atakayekuja hapa afiatuliwe risasi, find a way of making friends with everybody. And let me tell you, because if you start your marriage without the blessings of your parents, you will go nowhere. I'm telling you. Because, and there is none who is so curly. The prophet talked of the mother-in-law and even the father-in-law. But they found a way of dealing with both. So there is nobody who is impossible. If the mzee is impossible, there is an uncle, there is an auntie who can become an intermediary. Because you are not marrying the wazes, you are marrying their daughter. But you still need their blessings. So for me, the most important thing is, before you ever say yes in anything, it doesn't matter what he gives you. And the sisters, avoid gifts until it is time to receive them. Because as you have said, everything has a reason behind it. Men never believe in free lunches or free coffee. You have to pay for it. So before you get there, get to know this man. What motivates him? And you can't take too long to know. If I really want to know you, I'll know you by evening. If I also get a hold of your friend. And therefore, let's be very serious. As the prophet said, it's a matter of life and death. Because imagine, as you have said, a brother tries to engage you, ends up giving you pregnancy, then he just disappears. You are left there. Now everybody is in church is sympathizing with you. Then you hear the guy has moved to another part of the republic, is engaged and is inviting his friends to a wedding. You know, sisters, wake up. I would rather you stay single until God gives you a proper husband than be left there in shame, trying to raise a child whose father you don't want even that child to ever get to know this man because of the way he hurt you. And therefore that child already becomes mentally disturbed, because you also go to school and they say, where's your daddy? You don't know. So let's if we are serious, sisters, the prophet said the woman has greater power in relationships than the man. Because men ni sisi ni uso tu. Nikiona the way she has done her hair, ninaona kama ni nzuri. Nikienda kwa yule ninaona hilo pua ndio sawa. I forget about the hair within a minute. So let's be careful. Let's be careful.
Thank you. I think it's already 5:15, and we want to finish at 5. So maybe just one question if there is. If not, I know this is something we can take time to talk about. There are even maybe questions which may need a lot of time to respond to. But generally, I think we are in a good environment. We are in a good spiritual atmosphere where, if we are honest in our hearts and sincere about what we have believed, it's very hard to go wrong. The environment is good. We know there are a few rotten apples, they are called, in our midst. But if we are honest and sincere, and even that rotten apple, you know, as we have said, if your intention is for that person's spiritual growth, if he's not the right kind of a person, you will find resistance. He will be tending towards pulling you down with him. Anataka muende chini na yeye. You just leave him alone, or you leave her alone. Okay? But let's take this environment and the atmosphere which the word has created for us to our advantage. And when you are a Christian, you are a believer, God has given you another sense which the people of the world don't have. you are able to discern spirits. You don't have to be a pastor, you don't have to be a prophet, you don't have to be anything. So long as you are a genuine believer, you just believe the word of the prophet, you will have such a super sense that you will be able to discern very quickly what kind of spirit a person has. God bless you very much.
Amen.
Oh,
Spiritual growth. Maybe elaborate
before I close, what we mean by spiritual, your spiritual welfare or spiritual growth. When you are born here as a human being, as a child, you become a physical being. Unakuwa a creation, a creature, an animal basically. All of us are animals. Sindio? We are not the only difference between us and dogs and cows is that we have got a soul. And we have got a spirit and a soul. Now, the dog also has a spirit, but there is a nature, okay, of that spirit, which is the soul, which the other animals don't. Now, that soul, God who created you had a purpose. God would wish that all of us, that's what we know the scripture is, would be saved or would be delivered from this yoke of death. That is God's goal and purpose for us. Are we together? So every human being, whether he is born of a harlot, whether he is what, the greater purpose God has for that person is for him to have a life to live. Are we together? And for him to live, it is that spirit that connects him with God should be awakened. Are we together? So a person who is concerned about your spiritual growth is a person who is concerned with your connection with your Maker. How is your connection with your because there are things you do which even yourself you know do not connect you with your Maker. Leave alone somebody else. You know, if I do this, kama ningekutana na Mungu saa hii ningetoroka. So that person should be concerned with your welfare, how your spirit grows, how your spirit connects with your Maker. And if that person's spirit is also connected with her Maker, there is oneness between her and her Maker, you and your Maker. And when there is that oneness, when you are in a relationship, that is called a mystery, a mystic. It's a mystic union. That's what the prophet is talking about. So much so, and I'll give you an example if you allow me. There's a girl. She was raised up in a Christian home, and she was a Christian from the time she knew who she was. Then she grew in church, akakuwa, akalelewa kanisani. Unfortunately, there were no brothers coming her way. So she was a mature sister in the church. And then some man came and believed. I don't know from where, but he came and believed. And when he believed, after a while he proposed to this sister. And the sister agreed. She was a genuine believer. So when this man proposed to her, he accepted. And then they got married. And the prophet said, when they go, after a while, that sister, he sat down this man, and he told him, you know, you have been in the world for so long. You just believed recently. So I know there are still a lot of temptations that will come your way. It is still much harder for you to overcome. Me, I have been raised up in the church, so I don't have issues with things. But you, when you go out there, you have lived with women and all those. So should you go out and fall with a woman, because you have lived that life for so long, don't stay away. Come home. Are we together? And we will pray through together until God makes a way until you overcome. Now the prophet says, that man, when he went to work the following day in the factory, he was saying, how can I do something wrong to a woman who loves me like that? Why? Because that sister was, although this brother, maybe other people would have said, na huyu sister kuna huyu tu ameamini hivi juzi ni amekubali, but the sister knew that this man with her support, he can become genuine, and he can become a Christian. So he said, whatever you do, even if you go back and you find friends you used to drink with, and you go and drink, or you find a woman who was your friend, and you go and sleep with her, please don't stay there. Come home, and I will pray for you. That is what it means. Somebody who is genuinely concerned with your spiritual welfare. So God bless you. I think.